Hello guys, today I'll show you a story about how I end up in VPN and how I make friends here and start a new life in this school. I used to study GCSE back in my old school, which is Plymouth. Plymouth is a really nice city. Me and my friend during the summer will always go down to Plymouth Hall and we'll jump there from cliffs. My friend always in the bottom of the ocean and shouting at me to jump, but I was being a chicken. Well, overall it was really fun and funny experience. So once I finish my GCSE, I have to decide if I want to carry on study in Plymouth College and stay with my friends, or I go to a more professional art school to do the comic book and animation that I love. Honestly, for me, it was a really hard decision to make, but at the end, I picked up the pen, my most useful weapon for myself, and I choose art. Honestly, it was really sad for me to leave all my friends and go to a new environment. I was kind of scared, but I know myself I have to do it. Well, I was really not happy about my first day. When I arrived at school first, the driver put me in the wrong place. I have to type it in the right address and I have to walk 30 minutes to get into varsity. And second, when I saw the room, I was quite shocked because the room is so small. After I unpacked everything, I would just lie on my bed staring at the ceiling. Not gonna lie, I start considering if I made the right choice and I kind of tear up a little because I feel like I might not find any friends in here. After a little bit emotion time, I realized, yo, I can't be sad. So I put myself up together. I tell myself I made this choice and it's all on my own. So the next 2 weeks, I just doing stuff by myself, basically. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. But as the day happened and really changed my whole year's life. I was in my room and my door was knocked by someone. Then I saw there's a guy with a red hat standing right outside my door and told me, "Oh, you forgot your key right outside your doorbell." Honestly, I was really shocked. And he told me his name's Justin, and as more I know about him, he's not scary, but he's kind of annoying actually. After a few days, Justin introduced his girlfriend Sophia to me, and we talk a lot. Sophia, she told me that Justin say I'm really funny, and she also told me that Justin can be lonely sometimes, and asked me if I can hang with him sometime. I say, fine, alright, I'm a good person. There's another story about how we met June. It was a really kind of funny story, I guess. That day, June he was cooking in the kitchen, and we didn't know each other that well at that time. And during that day, I was talking to a girl which is in my class that I quite like. Oh my god, who's that girl? Who's that girl? Justin suddenly just shout that behind my back. Cause June is quite handsome, I thought he might have some experience on this, so I was asking him for help, and Justin was just being hell of annoying behind my back. Probably because Justin was being an annoying ass in the back, that's why the message didn't go that well. At the end, I just trying to say something funny, which also didn't help at all. Well, it's not just bad thing, because June found it really funny and he started hanging out with us anymore. We always go to the supermarket together and we'll buy food and come home and cook together, or we'll go to the bubble tea shop and buy a couple of bubble tea. It's really fun, even though me and Justin always argue and June was always trying to help. And then comes the bonfire night, which is a night we celebrate about burning up a person. Well, it got all kind of fun stuff though, like food and all that. Then we walked past the ice skating place. Justin was like, "Oh, Evan, do you want to do a race?" And then I tried on it for a little bit, and I realized I actually kind of good at it. So I told Justin that like, "Do you want to race? Because I'm definitely gonna win." Well, Justin cheated though. I haven't even counted down. He already started. I was trying to catching up, so I speed up a little and I tripped over and fell like. So I told Sophia that Justin pushed me. Obviously, it was a lie. I just want to see Justin get beat up. And then comes Christmas. I always a really big fan for Christmas. I even bought this hat from September just to celebrate Christmas earlier. And when this almost Christmas turn, I told Justin all that to celebrate. Well, I guess they didn't like it that much. And then we all went home for Christmas. It was a really good time. But as soon as we come back, we realized there's a problem. Who will gonna say hi to these new kids? Suddenly, June suggests, why don't we do rock paper scissors? Well, and then we did it. I knew it wasn't a good idea because I know June and Justine are gonna cheat it. And I'm gonna lose. So I know this kid's door, and he told me his name is Huang and he's also Korean. So I brought him to the kitchen to meet up with Justine and June. Probably because they are all Korean, they speak the same language. That's why they get along really fast. Justine start telling him, "Oh Huang, let's cut your hair because it's a new start." Well, I think it's a Korean culture that if you shave your hair, it means there's a new start. It's not gonna lie, at first I was kind of relieved because I feel like Justine just gonna go prank in the future, but honestly, I got a bit jealous at the end. So I went to find them at the end and I did something really stupid, which is also shave my hair to bald as well. Not gonna lie, I kind of got annoyed at Huang at first, um, because he had was Justin more and his personality just became like a little Justin. One time we went to play football, he kicked a football to my head. When I turned around, he was just laughing there with Justin, and Justin was like, "Oh, good job, my pal." Not gonna lie, they would piss me off so much at that time. And after the football match, went to a Chinese restaurant. I remember I called for a few times, and Justin start saying like, "Oh, Evan, do you have flu? Why don't you go sit in another table?" At that time, I knew he was joking, but I was not in the mood, so I just stood up and moved to another table immediately. Justine, don't be a shit friend. Huang said it. Huang shouted at that time, and I turned around and saw Huang was trying to defend me in front of Justine because he thought Justine actually asking me to sit at another table. I felt kind of sorry, but also happy for Huang at that time because he's not a bad person, and at that time I kind of changed my mind about him. And a few days later, there's fashion show. Ken was Justin's model and June was Sophia's model. We did pretty good, I would say, and Ken's a really nice person. After the fashion show, we invited Kim to eat dinner with us and to celebrate about how well we did. And on the way back, I really thought like, I don't regret coming to this school at all. I met bunch of decent people and they're all good friends and they really care about me. So I thought we're gonna spend the rest of the year like this. COVID had hit into UK. There's a lot of coronavirus case in a few weeks and all the school was shut down and all of us have to go back to our own country. It's really a shame that because some of the people in the group I might not see ever again, but honestly I'll spend the rest of my life remembering.